Hi everyone, I've got a message for you. Genesis 50, verse 20. You meant it for harm, but God meant it for good. Let me explain to you. What tried to break you become the ground where faith takes root. What wounded you shape your wisdom. What silenced you refine your voice. The story did not end in pain. It was rewritten in purpose. When a soul aligns with truth, the past is no longer a prison. It becomes a testimony. This is the sacred alchemy of grace. I was broken and rose saying, I am possible. Your life is not a mistake. It's a message still unfolding. Let me explain to you how powerful this is. Once I was a director of a top 10 company. I lost my brother and I lost my husband. I thought that brokenness, I was totally broken, was actually breaking me into pieces. My health failed me. My mind got contaminated. I was so angry with God. I thought He forgot about us. I felt isolated, alone, and I had to deal with a major company while dealing with these traumatic losses as a woman on my own. Little did I know that that was the start of a new purpose in my life. My ill health led me to study alternative healing. My ill health and my lost feeling was seeking for God. So I stumbled across metaphysical science and I started to study that because I realized when I read about it, this is me. It's always been me. So it's not actually even studying it, it is just becoming who I've always been. But I've hidden it because it didn't fit the script at that time or the people in my life. So you see, that's the sign of when something tried to break you, you become grounded in faith. Your woundedness shapes your wisdom, and what silenced you refined your voice. Years later, I became the victim of organized crime. I lost my business and I had to move away from my home for the safety of my son and I because the law did not protect me. That made me extremely bitter, angry, and sick again. I lost all hope. Yet, in the darkest moment of my life, I had a divine intervention that spoke to me and said, Follow me and I will show you the way. That led to more teachings to become my purpose. And that is when the I Am Possible was born. Out of my own healing, I had to rewire my mind. I had to heal my own trauma because nobody could do it for me. I had to heal my body and align it again. And I had to reconnect with God at such a deep level like I've never had before. And I started to slowly discover my new purpose. And then during COVID, all my belongings burned down. During the looting, another and the final loss. I had nothing to lose anymore. And I somehow, in the darkness and bitterness and anger, I realized that God just freed me from my whole past. That He is freeing me up to do His work. That there's purpose in that pain, in the ashes that I was looking at. There's purpose in releasing that from me so that I don't feel so heavy and burdened anymore. He was releasing me from toxic family members that was not accepting me and holding me back because I do not fit their description. And I always was the scapegoat for one family member's behavior that she framed on me. So God released me from all of that so that I become the God image of who I'm actually born into. And I'm not saying I'm perfect, I'm not at all. But so that I can become the catalyst for other people's healing and transformation. So if I just focused on my brokenness, I would have stayed broken for my whole life. I would have become angry and bitter for my whole life. My bones would dry up like the Bible says. When you're bitter, I would have suffered from arthritis and all sorts of diseases because of my contaminated mind. But I accepted that divine intervention that said, follow me and I will show you the way. And believe me, the only way is to turn your pain into purpose, to turn your wounds into wisdom, to reconnect with God and know there's a reason for your pain and your losses, and to follow divine guidance. If you want to know how to do this, please connect with me for the I Am Possible program that I teach is over 7 weeks, and it's changing the subconscious, the conscious, and the superconscious, the mindset, the body, the emotional intelligence, the spiritual intelligence. You're giving birth to a total new you. You will never look back in pain again. Please like and share my video if you are still listening to me. I thank you for listening. Until next time.